Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Motorsport Manager. And we have the bookmark of drivers, don't we? Old Falco is actually leading the points in first place, and Shin is bringing up shotgun of the field in last. So Falco will start last in Milan, and Shin will start on the pole. Looking at Milan, we are looking at engine, brakes, and gearbox as our premier car parts to look at. We're working on improving those parts. We have 11 million in the bank at 1.5 million per race. Looking at our sponsors, 2 races, and we can get 2 more sponsors. Hopefully, a big cash draw. Let's take a look at the parts that we've got. What do we absolutely need here? So we've got average on everything. We've got good suspension. So our suspension is the best. Looking like a new engine, maybe. Possibly. I mean, that engine can go up to 243. That engine looks to be capped out at 202, unfortunately. I mean, looking at where we are as far as the car is concerned, engine is not bad. We're about average on the field. Looks like the gearbox may need some love. So let's design a new gearbox. We can go up to good. Let's see, acceleration 25 to max. So we will take that. We're not worried about the red zone. We're going to improve those parts there. Acceleration plus 40 and reliability minus 20. So that would be good to actually work on, get the gearbox up to 275, and I think that will be fine. We'll spend some time massaging that part. So another 900,000 in the dumps, but we're ready to continue on here. Car repair is complete. Oh, and we've got a sponsor offer here. I missed that. Slot 3. All right. First, second. We're not going to do any of those, so of course we are going to take the biggest upfront payment, and it looks like 400 grand. Plus, it's the quickest turnaround as well, so we will get possibly another upfront payment. Thank you, Cupcake. Sweet and delicious right there on the fender for paying for half of our gearbox. That is outstanding. Shin is designing a 2018 collection. She's a clothing line lady, 25 marketability. How awesome is that? Car repairs are finished. Let's make sure we are working on said parts. Yeah, we are working on that suspension piece there for the performance. That is our best suspension piece. It can go up to 307. Looking at Milan, though, we definitely need the engine, brakes, and gearbox. So let's make sure our engines are good to go and nice and prepped. Let's work on that as well. We also need brakes. So we've got perfect brakes here. We can work on, well, I mean, our brakes are set. Brakes are good. Don't have to worry about that. Shin's engine will be capped out here. Working on the performance of Falco's engine with that reliability. So the gearbox probably could use some love here. And we'll just make that gearbox handy as well. A couple empty slots that we can work on as well. I mean, these are decently good, 85. We could work on the spec part, but that doesn't make much sense. So let's work on this here and then work on the reliability of our suspension. We could almost get it done one day after the race for full. If we take that off, yeah, one day before we can get that suspension in good order and then work that. Move, boy. So 0.8, 250 days after the race. So Harrison can do better work on the performance side without sacrificing the reliability from Toby. Outstanding. So I am going to go ahead and get through this. Oh, leaked information. Boss, it's a disaster. We caught Toby trying to sneak information out of the garage. And here we were just bragging on how well Toby is doing. If we fire him, we're going to lose a really good mechanic. So I don't want to fire him. So chairman's happiness drops. A fine should suffice. I mean, he pays us $500,000 and the chairman isn't as angry. Taking a look at where we stand now, I mean, we're okay, but if the chairman's happiness dropped, I don't know if we can build him up from Milan, and quite frankly, the fine may be good. A fine should suffice there. 493,000 extra dollars in the pocket, so that paid for the gearbox there. Thank you so much, Toby. Continue your great work there, improving the reliability. I'm glad that that didn't have an impact where he's all like, hey. Yeah. So good on you. Okay, so that's a brand new event that I hadn't seen before. Old Toby was leaking information. There is our gearbox design done. We've got some scouting that is taking place here. Aloysius Van Hodenhove. Oh no, Aloysius. Your driving's about as bad as your first name there, buddy. All right, gearbox design is done. I don't think we can get it up to par, especially at 20% reliability. I want these parts to be okay first. But I mean, 74 is good. 90 on the engines is fine. If we do something like that, we can try to get that up. Let's see, so 184 out of 197. Let's see, so our closest part is that gearbox there. Let's go ahead and put that gearbox on and have him work it as best he can. Looking forward to the Black Sea. I mean, gearbox is useful. Phoenix, the gearbox is useful. We're going to be using that gearbox for sure. So we will just work on that for the time being. We got another driver scout done, Michelle Cooper. She's capped out. Oh, Shen tied the knot, was it? What was that? No more safety cars. No, 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 no. I'm going to vote for the safety car, and I'm going to use my votes for good. 40% chance of rain. Cherish poor. Pretty poor driver, if I have to say so myself. Fuel efficiency. Nice. Shen ties the knot. She is just married. Oh, that makes me sad. But good marketability and great morale for Shen. She's looking high going into the race. That's pretty good. Here we go. The virtual safety car. I am going to vote against it. And I've been squirreling away some votes for just such an occasion because that safety car is more what I'm used to from the NASCAR environment. I'm going to throw some votes. The vote has begun. Virtual safety car only. I'm going to vote against. And I'm going to use 3 voting power to vote against the virtual safety car. You are not going to outdo me. Well, they're trying. Oh, come on now. Virtual safety car. That sucks. Virtual safety car. Welp, looks like if we won't get caught back up to the field, even spending all that votes. Anyway, so we will be off to Milan shortly. I will see you after practice. We are at the line and ready to go. A really productive practice here. Starting them both on soft tires. Falco has a little bit more fuel. We are doing the race trim 15% bonus and then the soft tires 10% bonus increase. Right now it doesn't look like it is going to rain, so we're going to rein that in. As far as Shen goes, let's push and Falco push with a high fuel burn for each, and then we can dial that back down as needed. So Shen will be starting on the pole. Hopefully she can get a good start off the line here. I'll keep an eye out on the weather. It was 40% chance of rain, so each lap that ticks by, we are definitely going to pay very close attention. Hopefully Shen can break out and break away from these cars behind her. We've been working a lot on that engine and gearbox and brake setup, so if Shen can hold these guys off, even better. Let's take a look at Falco on the inside line. There you go. Anyone but Solainen. That's fine. Shen, I need a good race out of you. Just please finish the race. If that is what you are going to do, then definitely do that. We can't afford any more last place finishes or tail end. Nice chop there by Shen to hold the second position. Falco up in 15th, and he is getting ready to fight amongst the group around him as well. Falco seems to be better on these soft tires as far as tire wear is concerned. Shen is just chewing through these soft tires like crazy. Unfortunately, she might even have to make an extra pit stop, or we might have to keep her on mediums the rest of the race just to let her survive. Let's dial you back to a neutral run, if you please, for both drivers. Save as much tire wear as we possibly can. Looks like the boost is enabled, and I wish we could pass a rule that the boost wasn't a thing. That way we didn't have to worry about buying the boost, and Shen is doing a masterful job blocking, that is for sure. Still above our sponsor objective, but her soft tire wear is incredibly daunting for sure. Looks like Falco is getting past here. Shen is keeping in touch with the top 10, but it just sucks because you feel like she can go faster. She can go much faster. We're building, you know, great parts for Falco and then giving Shen Falco's old parts to elevate both the cars. And I think that's where we're going to really shine in the later part of the year. Maybe even next season is the parts on our car. Can't get past Wilson. You just got passed by Wilson. All right, so Shen is definitely getting to the top as well as Falco. It looks like it's going to be a hot race. Well, 73 degrees Fahrenheit is mostly cool. I'm sure track temperatures will play a factor. No rain in the forecast still, and it looks like Falco has made his way around the back of the pack, struggling to overtake Chi. Well, you just caught her, and if you just give it some gumption, fuel level seems a bit low. No, we're supposed to be there. Shen and Falco with a side-by-side battle. Whoa, look at 15th, and then he puts on the brakes. Real quick, fast, and in a hurry like. Side-by-side, look, don't crash, people, whatever you do. Looks like Shen may have to come in this time. Go ahead. Let's stick with mediums. I mean, that's really all we got. We'll fill it up to 15 or so laps. Parts are looking good. We can afford to push the engine a bit. And Shen has that crew chief that saves the engine. But we didn't put him in this race because I thought that soft tires would be good, but it looks like the soft tires are really not going to last as far as Shen is concerned. Falco, we may be able to go a couple more laps. In fact, like look at Wilson burning his tires off. We'll try to go one more lap, get everything you can out of these tires there, Falco, and pit this time. I think I want to keep them on the softs. Or do I go with a medium middle stint? Let's do a medium middle stint and then come in for the softs later in the race. That should be fine. Do 15 more laps there. Part condition is good. I think we can afford to keep the engine on high overtake. Just for the time being, get everything you can out of the tires this lap. Others should be pitting as well, so that is what I'm counting on. Falco is fighting hard for that 10th place. That's fine. There you go. Down pit road you go. Let's just do a push high here. Let's see where Shen comes out here. Looks like Falco may get off pit road quick. That was a good pit stop. And no overtaking in Sector 3. We're past Sector 3, so that's all good. Falco comes out in front of Shen, and Wilson on fresh tires crash. So that's what we were sort of looking for, was Wilson with that terrible tire wear. It looked like he was driving over his head. So a 15th and a 17th passing cars on pit road now. Now puts in 13th on good medium tires, and holy crap, Shen is really burning these things up for sure. That is nuts. All right, Falco, go ahead and go with a high overtake here. See if you can get around him. There you go, back to a high engine mode. I'll sort of mind the P's and Q's as Falco bobs and weaves his way through, is to get him the gumption he needs to make the pass. Shen is having an okay race, minus that tire wear. That is incredibly bad, for sure. So Falco's right there in amongst his peers. Let's go ahead and attack. There you go. There you go, Falco. All right, now go back to a neutral high if you please. And Falco is starting to set the world on fire. A nice 7th place run here. We've dialed him back a bit. We'll see if he can catch the cars in front of him who seem to be struggling on their tires as well. Falco, I really need you to do your best here. Get around him, please. All right, I'll give you a little bit more oomph so you can get around 6th place there if you can. If you can. No, don't go to the outside. Falco, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? I appreciate your gusto, but that's not going to be enough. There you go. All right, dialing back to a neutral high. How is Shen doing? Holding okay in 15th place. Her tire temperatures are starting to come down. She can push a bit now. But Falco is making a run of it, that is for sure. We've got him on sort of a lower tire strategy here as far as speed goes. Don't open up the bottom, Falco. What are you doing? No, that's not good enough. Although he is surrounded by soft tires, so they should be faster. I mean, Souza's right in front of him with the exact same tire wear that he has. And he is amongst the group here. We're past halfway. How is the rain? No rain in the foreseeable future for us. All right, Shen, go ahead and get everything out of this lap if you please. Falco can go ahead and do that as well. Don't lose any spots. When Shen comes around, I'll tell her to pit next time by. I know your tire deg is really bad, but I need you to stick up here with this group, if you don't mind. We'll be on track to pit. Oh, Falco! That is what I'm talking about. All right, Shen, pit this time. Let's keep her on the mediums because we're burning through tires like crazy. 15 more laps. Oh, and this could possibly be for the finish if she minds her P's and Q's. So we'll fill up to go to the end of the race. Park condition's okay. She can run it in a high fashion. So Shen will go ahead and pit. Falco, you can go ahead and pit this time. And let's put you on the... If soft tires were wearing more slowly, I would feel pretty comfortable with that, but I think we need to go to the end. And he's doing okay on medium tires as it is. We'll fill up to get to the end of the race. 15 should give us enough time to burn. So we shall. Keep Falco in an incredibly high fuel burn here. Third, making the pass for second. That is what I'm talking about. Get everything you can this lap, Falco, within shouting distance of the leaders. Coming on pit road. Oh, and of course Shen has a bad mistake. Ouch. Just conserve with a high. We need Falco to get off of pit road quickly here. And we don't need him to burn through these medium tires. We need him to sort of conserve, and he can go excess fuel for sure. And I think this could be the battle for the win. We have Tanaka right in front of us. Yes, you can get past Tanaka. Just give him a minute, especially if he gets bogged down in traffic just like that. Falco, get around him, please. You're letting Tanaka get away. You're letting old tires beat you. There you go. Get under him. Just like that. All right, Falco, go ahead and tune down to neutral. Kind of wish I did the medium tire strategy now. Shen should be holding her own in 18th. Hopefully she can make up some ground here, but unfortunately that bad pit stop took her out of it. 8th place with 7 on very worn soft tires. Well, they're wearing through those soft tires very quickly. And the leaders on pit road may indeed come down one more time. We're trying to gap these tires as much as we can. We're being nice and conservative. We're in the top 5. We have fresh soft tires behind us. We'll try to let them wear those things out. But I mean, they're going to be coming with a head of steam, and I don't really want to push these tires just quite yet. We'll keep Falco within striking distance. Shen, let's go with a high engine burn for you. See if you can catch Jonsdottir or Keller or any sort of drive. It just sucks because she has no fitness to really last. I mean, she's right here. There's really no need for her to even burn and risk the car because she's not making up any ground. Falco, however, is in full burn, and we are within shouting distance, coming around to 6 laps to go this time, 66% on the wear. We're going to keep a look on these leaders. If they pit, we'll duck on pit road real quick for soft tires. And if that is the strategy that can help us get by, then we'll do it. We're sort of in the hole that these guys are. Tanaka has shot himself up, but we're only 4 seconds off. So we can do what the leaders do and really push. We're within shouting distance of that lead. Poor Shen, she's just floundering around in 17th with really nothing to gain. She should be able to make those tires last, though, and that's my ultimate goal. But I'm keeping Falco nice and conservative here. A top 5 should be good. Looks like Tanaka has pitted. He's dropped down. I don't know if Shen is within striking distance, which she's not. With all of these points mattering, though, it may be worthwhile, but, I mean, we're going to lose so much time. We need to keep her out anyway. We would give up all of that track position if we did. Let's push Falco from here on out. We're coming to 3 laps to go this time with 44%. Engine is sounding unhealthy. Oof, it is indeed. Go to a high. I mean, we're in a great spot. We should be catching 3rd. His soft tires are really falling off. I think we're sort of in the catbird seat. We got to hope that Falco don't lock up. That is a big challenge. And then if he doesn't lock up, we've got 2 laps to go, 35%. Let's go on the attack for these last 2 laps. Full burn, Falco. Get everything you can get out of it. We are in 3rd. 1.6 on the fuel. Go ahead and go to a high burn. We want to conserve. I don't think we're going to catch 2nd, but we are pushing the tires well. We're doing okay. Poor Shen is trying to bring it back in one piece. I appreciate your efforts. It looks like a strong podium finish for us. Half a tank, go overtake. Race is over, and Falco will get 3rd. Ladies and gentlemen, our first podium comes from Falco Engelhardt. Shen finished a lap down in 17th, beating Jonsdottir, who pitted. You know, that's a solid effort. I will take that all day, every day. Should be really good points for us, and he may even retain the points lead, which would be really good. Hopefully Shen's points can factor in a little bit. I can't wait to get Shen into a better car. So Falco pitted early, and then early again, and really made those medium tires last. And Shen, you know, she was beaten by someone who had a nice long medium stint, but pretty happy with that. And if Falco gets by people who cheated? Nope. They didn't cheat in front of us, unfortunately. So Shen 17th, Falco 3rd. And that's really, really good. 18 points. And there is our podium finish for Falco. 7 seconds back, but I am not complaining. Oh, he lost the points lead. He is 1 back with Lars Olin. But I certainly cannot complain at that. 7th place in the overall standings. 2 behind Orleans for 6th. You know, 5th may be well out of reach with Shen doing what she's doing. But, yeah, Saka Speedworks is pretty close indeed. So next time we have Russia to look forward to. I believe a lot of high tire wear there as well. So I'll focus pretty heavily on the medium tires. And maybe some rain is in the forecast as well. We'll see when we get there. Depending on, you know, what happens, changes our strategy. How is Shen's morale? Up 10%. Good on ya, newlywed. Good braking. I want her fitness to really go up and her consistency as well. That would really do well. But Falco is our boy. The chairman is happy. We did come in 6th as far as the race results go. So some 6% change in happiness. Crew chief. Can't go wrong with that. 1 million down in the bank, so we made our sponsor goal. Saving the game, saving the game. And we've got some new parts coming out of the woodwork to help us out. We should have that new gearbox ready to go by the Black Sea. And tire wear is indeed very high. I'm probably not even going to put them on softs. We're just going to wear out those mediums or rain tires if it does rain. Let's take a look at our car condition. That's fine. We'll do an interview with Central Sports. Brakes are holding the team back. She needs to button it. She'll lose a little bit of that morale that she got, but I didn't want to take the hit with the chairman happiness. Olin does win. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now we're working. Well, we were working on a new part. We have that gearbox coming up. This one right here. Gearbox is looking pretty. I'm thinking the next part that we build should be an engine or the brakes, and she thinks that the brakes are holding us back, and indeed it is the lowest out of all the performance, so brakes are probably where we're going to go next. But that is going to do it for me in this episode. Ladies and gentlemen of Motorsport Manager, Falco is putting on a clinic for sure. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next Motorsport Manager video. Take care.